but okay. So I like left and then came back, and the thing that popped up was talking about karmic loops. I was like, is this a science spirit? Are you wanting us to talk about karmic loops? Because we know something about that.
Starting off the deep end, I see.
I know. I was like, let's not just be like super deep into it, like right away. That's fine. Oh my God.
That's so funny.
It was like literally, quote unquote, most of us are in some kind of a loop. And I'm like,
Ain't that the truth? If not more than one.
oh, the struggle of it all. Yeah.
Mariah goes, oh, I'm all ears.
Oh, I don't know if you want to hear Mariah. It gets a little crazy up in here. Especially with me and Jenny, because me and Jenny have a lot of loops and ties. Oh, look, Salem's joining.
Hello, Salem.
Oy, my pupper baby. She's just gonna sit behind me, I guess. Yeah, but I got tickled by that because I was like, okay, but you know what? Actually, I was thinking about how we were talking about doing like the caduceus, and I was like, we're doing this. We're thinking of doing this podcast thing, and then that's just gonna be another karmic tie. We're like just entwining a bit. It's fine. You know, we just don't ever seem to learn.
Overdone by now. There's no way.
Yeah.
First of all, Mariah, since you're the only one in here, and if anybody else comes in, you're welcome to answer this question. What do you think a karmic loop is? Let's just open it up at that. Start at ground zero.
Like, I'm like over here like, hold on, what do I think a karmic loop is? I've never like tried to like define it outright, I guess. That's funny.
I have my take.
Which is different than an entanglement.
Oh, now answer the question first before you come up with another one. This girl, oh my God. She goes, okay, the same shit in your life, same damn patterns, and being tested on it. Kind of. Can be. It's an avenue. I would say that's an avenue of it. But a karmic loop to me is repeated past life, stacked layer or parallel life similarities that are like a domino effect where it's tapping into the next one. It's like a link on your bracelet. Each one is adding to the next one, and until you break that cycle, it keeps coming with you. It's like a soul embellishment.
It's a soul fanny pack. We're just carrying that crap around everywhere.
I love how I went with like embellishment and you're like, it's a fanny pack.
It's not even cute. It's just like here, and we're like trying to zhuzh it up a little bit, you know? We're trying to zhuzh it up with some embellishments.
Mariah goes, oh, okay, can we put spacers between? Now, but karmic loops, karma, depending on your belief and like your history of like what religion or where you come from and what you believe in and da-da-da-da-da-da. Karma can be associated with past life, or it can be, oh, now she got her karma because it's in the same life. Everybody associates like their own belief to it. Yeah. He's looking at me like, okay, Mom.
It's big stuff. It's big stuff. Yeah.
Don't go off the bed.
Yeah.
So, where was I going with that? Okay. I'm doing a lot over here.
But I'm along on the ride with you.
The ride.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yes, actually though. See, I told you it was so accurate. Oh,
I know it.
For Mariah,
both aspects. So, but is it karma in this life, or is it justice? Is it a rebalancing and recalibration? Is that what people are dumbing down and calling karma? That's my thing.
All of that is so subjective too, right? Like, that's where it gets very interesting, because
it's the gnosis, and it's what you grow up with and what you're handed down with. Or if you're like me and you have no religious ties, but your society is heavily embedded with it, so therefore you have like an outsider religious deconstruction. It's different.
Well, and then you have, like the sort of like new age meaning to it, and like the millennial version of like karma and stuff. Mariah, what are you talking about? Or what not the same things?
Karma and justice? Sometimes not. Sometimes injustice working can work and against you.
Well, and again, it's about the perspective, because what's justice to me may not be justice to Jenny. But we have a karmic imbalance. Yeah. We have a karmic imbalance, and then I'm owing, quote unquote, owing something to my side of the equation to help balance out the karmic debt between us, or vice versa. But I might not think that's very much justice. I might be like, that's some bullshit. As I have often felt. Maybe not so much with Jenny all the time, but sometimes with Jenny. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. The first time, here's a little fun fact, Jenny. I'm gonna tell her about the first time that I like looked into your energy when we first met, and all. So this is a good.
Like, we need to talk about the first one.
Yeah, this is like an example. When Jenny and I first met, it was through TikTok Live, and I was like, we kind of like came together in like a strange kind of way, which, these karmic sort of situations a lot of times do. And then we started talking more, and then I started kind of like dipping my toe in to be like, who is this girl that I'm talking to, and she's doing the same to me. And Jenny's feeling it because Jenny's Jenny, and Jenny's like, yes. And I'm like, oh, hold on a minute. There is some history here.
So she was on a live with my mentor, and my mentor, she's very Virgo. She's all about the marketing.
With
Sarah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So you're on with my mentor, and I was in a mediumship psychic development one-to-one thing with Sarah. So I saw that she was live one night, and normally at that time I hardly went on TikTok. I was an Instagram. I rolled for Instagram, like that was my thing. But then
Instagram.
Right. And then I saw, like, how TikTok like notifies somebody invites you to their live, but it's just like it's just the app. And I thought Sarah had like, oh, you need to come to this. So I came in like the good student I was. And then I was like, I kept paying attention to her. But then I was like, this is weird, and I don't know. And I was like, I went in her DMs. I was like, hi, I think I know you. I feel really, really familiar with you. And I had nothing. You were talking about, you did a couple lives with her. You did angels, dragons, and then I think the one that I came in on was the solstice.
Yeah, we definitely,
that's our anniversary. She's like, we have one of those.
No, I knew we did, but I thought the solstice one was like the time after that for some reason. Because remember, the solstice one was where I got smacked by all that energy because I forgot to shield.
Yeah.
And then there was all kinds of...
I didn't DM you on the first one. I DM'd you on the second one because I tested it out first. And that's when we were probably paying off of each other. And then I got your DMs. And then you're like, by the way, yeah, I get that a lot. And I was like, okay, whatever that means.
It's true though.
And then you were like, I have this, like, at the time, this doesn't really exist anymore. Nobody come looking for this. But we had a peer-to-peer group chat.
Oh, yeah.
WhatsApp. Developmental work.
It was like
together.
A little talk group. It was like a little chat sesh for people.
Yeah, and I kind of came in bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, being like, I didn't interact that much at the beginning. I was kind of like, what's happening? Yeah. Meanwhile, you had a whole bunch of tattletales coming to you. That's a whole other story. But anyways, during that meeting of like DMing, right, Meanwhile, in that DMing of each other, we were sensing something from each other, but we couldn't really figure out what. Now nobody's ahead of nobody, nobody's behind than anybody. We're just at different places, but she had already done this work. And I was coming into it.
Yeah.
You can take over now.
So then we got on like a group call one day, and like me and her were both like, we feel really familiar to each other. And Jenny probably remembers it better than I do, but I remember vividly sitting and like pulling cards and like doing tarot and oracle, and was just like, Jesus fucking Christ, oh my God. This crap. Oh God.
Wow, I was feeling the energy between us, and it felt like boom, 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 boom. I'm like, oh my God, was that me?
And I have commitment issues when there is.
It's taken her 3 fucking years to get on a live with me.
Quiet, you. Part of that was not my fault. I had to wait for you to get enough people. I had to get enough people. We got here in the end. That's beside the point. I do actually
Mariah's loving it.
Yeah, I have commitment issues when it comes to friends. And Jenny's like,
and at the time, and I did too, though, because I had been burned. She has a name with 1 letter difference of my childhood friend that absolutely ruined my life. So I was very, speaking of trauma.
Speaking of karmic loop. Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, here we go.
Yeah. And then like the first like visions, quote unquote, sort of thing that I got of her from past life stuff was her effing me over when we were doing, what were we doing? We were like it was like a teacher, not like teacher student kind of situation. And
was
like
this with the chessboard looking floor in that place, and I was the man.
Yeah, but see, for you it was a chessboard, and for me it was like an elevator like situation, and like I had developed something, and she was working with me, and it was just like a whole mess, and that started our journey, our journey of our fuckeries with each other, and it just goes back and forth. But now look at us.
Yeah. Now, how can we...
That was not very enthusiastic. I hate you so much. Yeah. Oh, I just got burned. Listen to me. Oh, this is why I don't make friends. I hate you. Yeah. Oh, God. Okay, you know what?
Okay, remember I say, hold the fucking phone.
We have to look.
Sounds like the entanglement to me. No fucking shit.
No, but for real though. And then the crazy part is that once you discover one, it literally is just like untangling, and it just keeps going. And then like every little bit you're just finding more crap, and you're like, oh my God. And we even tried to do all the things. Did we not? We tried so many times to like disconnect from each other.
I goodbye-ed her so hard she didn't even know I left. She's like, oh, I thought we just weren't talking for a minute. I was like, no, I was mad at you.
Yeah, but for real, we have had our ups and downs.
Oh yeah, but that's because we've had to, like, there's a reason we're not just a country away, but we're...
Yeah, it's true. Also, yes. Yeah, the red string theory, absolutely. And then you said up here, like, I feel like justice is served best by a third party, 100%. Somebody that is unbiased, completely neutral.
And we've had those.
Yeah.
We've had mediators.
And luckily, too.
Spiritual mediators.
Yeah. Oh, Lord, yeah. Our poor guides, oh my God, God bless them. Just with the two of us, honestly, it's like a full-time job. Just dealing with the two of us. Just the two of us together, not even our own separate stuff. Oh, God. But you know what, though? Me and Jenny talked about this the other day. Like, we literally have grown so much since then.
Yeah.
And we've done our work around each other as karmic
Should we explain the work? Not going into too many details, but like people think work is just like, oh, we therapeutically said, you hurt me, I hurt you, and we learn to have like friendship, honest, open communication. No. That's like level 1.
Yeah.
Point 1.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yes.
When it comes to the karmic stuff and the loops of other things, you have to go in and look at the reason and look objectively. It's not just, yes, the shadow of this life, but also other lifetimes. And that comes apart with the link that I was talking about, that it can follow you forward. And you can even go into like looking at certain archetypes and how it can be afflicted to you, and why certain mother wounds, Lilith wounds, everybody's fucking wound. You can look at those types of things and how they affect not just you, but your relationships and how you perceive people. So for somebody that heavily resonated with like Medusa, for example, and somebody that's more
Athena.
You could see why we might butt heads.
Yeah. Sure.
And having to not only sit with our feelings, but sit with the feelings of maybe that deity, and interviewing that deity to then see where the common denominator is and almost act like a counselor to them, and that energy and that feeling that you're responding to inside. You're not counseling them so much as you are yourself.
Yeah, like parallels.
Yes.
Parallels in the situation, and finding
She's
like the
much better
parallel.
at me.
No,
She just,
I don't
okay.
feel that way.
What did we talk about the other day about accepting compliments?
Stop. Don't call me out. Okay, but yeah, like finding parallels in that story. So like Jenny said that she heavily, identifies with Medusa, I should say. And then me with Athena. So like Athena, Medusa is like very, rebellion, right? Like she's like, I'm going to do the things and I'm doing it and I don't care. And like very
way.
Right. But sometimes it can be a woman scorned type of way. Like we got to look at both sides. Like we got to look at the positive and the parts that are maybe a little bit more challenging. And then like Athena can be very organized, can be very like to the point, but she can also be a little bit over organized and over zealous in her what should we call it? Her quest for justice. Her objectivity and fairness sometimes wins out over the empathy, which was a problem for us in past lives. So we had to look at that. And like our people, our guides gave us a lot of feedback and and parallels for us to be able to see. And like, in the beginning we were like, what the fuck? Like what is
this isn't ours, this doesn't feel like, but we weren't able to articulate this. We're able to now because it's hindsight 2020. But before, we just wouldn't acknowledge it. We wouldn't really talk about it until it became so loud, and our sensitivities to certain downloads or information or questions, and we could see it bouncing off of like in and around our energy or on our energy, in our energy. It depended on like what thing it is that we had a problem with each other on.
Yeah.
But
of which there were many.
Eventually we had to like, well, actually you did, because you were getting bombarded more because you were more open and receptive, and you were better with the claircognizance, whereas I was still adapting that and only had clairvoyance, and I was being sheltered at that time because my guides, because I was still in my mentorship.
Well, and that's a thing too. Like I think that like people can have similar spiritual beliefs, but if they're on two different steps, let's say, or two different parts of the path, then it can be very difficult to find language that isn't triggering, that both people understand. And language is one of the ones that me and her have had really, really, really to work on, because I say things in a certain way that sometimes she's like, what does that mean?
Right over my head. She's too smart and she uses big words and it hurts me.
No, stop. Oh my God. But then, like, you know, I just have one way of communicating and she has another way of communicating. And people who have karmic ties or people who are twin flames or any of those other things, they sometimes do, like, language is a huge barrier and communication in general is a huge barrier. And Matrix Born, thank you. I've had a good day. Jenny, have you had a good day?
Oh, yes, I did. Thank you.
And yes, Buddhism, like, I love Buddhism. I have actually, whenever I stopped going to, because I was raised in Christianity, like hardcore, went to a Christian school all my life, pretty much, went to church several times a week, had to deconstruct all of that. But when I decided that that wasn't really for me, one of the first religions that I actually looked into was Buddhism, followed by Hinduism, followed by Judaism. And so I really like Buddhism. I love a lot of their concepts. And we pretty much, both of us are very, oh, I love that. We pretty much are, both Jenny and I, are very open to people of other religious beliefs. And we don't really, like, I try to find, and I can't speak for Jenny, but I at least try to find, like, parts that I resonate with in every single one, because there is something in every single one that I resonate with.
There's a commonality.
Yeah.
I find the history and how different cultures and different locations, like going back to the ancients and up even into the modern worlds now, of how religion has learned to adapt. I find that part fascinating, but I'm not signing up for anything. However, everybody has a walk that they need to walk type of thing. Like, I'm more of that type of person where, like, what are you trying to learn? Do better for yourself. How are you helping those around you? That type of thing. Being a good person, even though good is subjective also, but just doing things that can put you in a better position and helping others along the way and not forgetting who helped you on the way up type of thing. So that's more my take, is that there's many ways to getting to spirituality and spiritualism and how people arrive at this doorstep, whether it's trauma, religious connotations, or maybe your family was open-minded to it and it wasn't too taboo for you. Maybe you're like me and you didn't really belong to any one place, but you've always had this type of connection. It just, you didn't have the language of understanding it. And it's not really taught anymore, so you can't just go ask a teacher at school.
Yeah, but for some of these religions, it's really hard to find stuff, especially to find a teacher that's trustworthy. Like the old ones, especially, you know, some of the more newer, quote unquote, which
there's a shift, right?
Yeah.
It's like a pendulum.
Right. And technically Christianity, Judaism, well, not as much Judaism, but Christianity, Buddhism, in some context, Judaism, those are still newer religions compared to ones like Hinduism or even, you know, the Norse mythologies and different things like that. So it's just, I don't know, I find it really all very interesting. I love reading about ancient cultures and civilizations and religions and things. So that's like one of my favorite things. But I think, like what Jenny said about everybody has their way that they kind of come to spirituality. I think you also have, everybody has their own way for them to resonate with a part of spirituality and a path that they need to walk. And I think that the goal is for us all to get there to a point of freedom and, you know, joy within ourselves and that sort of thing. Something that makes you be the best person that you know how to be, whatever that looks like. And for some people, it's Christianity. For some people, it's Buddhism. For some people, it's mysticism. For some people, it's Kabbalah, so on and so forth. So, you know, it's just all a vehicle to get to the same place, which is really just self-freedom and self-love and love and respect for others and this existence that we have, in my opinion.
Jenny, I'm really curious, what is your idea of a soul? A soul is a consciousness to me. It can be sentient or it can be animated. A soul to me comes with, how do I break that down? My divorce was my move towards spirituality. There you go.
That's for a lot of people.
For me, I had connection as a child like this, and then stuff happened at school and I shut it down, and then when I became a mom it went and I went, oh my god, okay, what do I do? What's the procedure? What is the procedure? What do I do? Somebody tell me.
And Spirit was like, help is on the way, dear. Your guides are like, this is my time. Hold on.
Is the physical heart different from the soul? Well, it's an organ, and it's an organical tissue, and yes, but there's an energy that ties with the heart, and it's a vehicle of itself. Our emotions and the way that we feel things is unique to this certain planet and this like layer of density dimension, if you will. And not every consciousness and or being experiences our level of emotion, and how high or oppressed or put away, like you can have resentment feelings, like there's different tones or colors or hues, if you will, of different emotions, and those types of frequencies can be exchanged. Some people, when they get mad, actually get hotter, so it is like a chemical or is an organic
me.
And we get like red in the cheek. Like there's, with our emotions, like there's proven like science behind how our body gets afflicted by feeling those things. Same can be said at a greater capacity in the science world. Disclaimer, am not a science. I do not, as much as I like to study quantum stuff, I am not the quantum person to speak to. Like I
have thoughts about this.
She does, and this is more her side of things, but he asked me, or they asked me.
I know. I just have things to add on to it after you're done.
Fair enough. Are we conscious of the soul? Some people are. Higher selves often are the soul coming in and getting that enlightenment, feeling that attunement, feeling bigger and more fulfilled in your body. Sometimes people who have organ transplants develop new pieces of personality. Absolutely. Even if you think about, if you take away the transplant and the surgery thing, just think about who you hang out with. Just like, it is so true that who you hang around with can affect the person that you are and become.
Yeah.
And that's why people that...
Because energy is transferable. That's
and
scientific fact.
But what I was going to say is, like, think about when, like, a kid is growing up in a home that maybe has divorced family versus a family that's together and stays together, but there's hidden resentments between the two parents and they don't want anything to do with each other, but they stay together. Whereas the divorced parents get divorced and that child stays happier because they're not having to feel that resentment between these other two people that they can't comprehend yet because their brain isn't fully developed. Do you see how there's different ways of breaking that down and understand? Anyway, consciousness and soul, I believe that that's the best way that I can articulate it. She's better at this. This is more her bread and butter. I'm more mediumship. How can I help you feel your stuff? I can be your buddy, but this is her dealio.
You asked what I think, or what part about Buddhism do I resonate with, or Hinduism, or just general soul. Specifically regarding Buddhism, I just, for the most part, and this goes for that entire culture, but specifically people who practice Buddhism, have such a respect for like the body and the like the body.
I can answer that because I have twins.
Yeah, she will. The body and nature and other people, like, it's the respect part for me that I really love. And it's not necessarily just about respect in relationships and things like that, although of course there is that, but it's just respect for, they live in the moment. I feel so much like their mentality. I love that. And then just to add on, what the hell? just to add on, sorry, somebody's outside my window. But it's not a creeper, so it's okay. Just to add on, like, to what Jenny said about, hold on, I'm trying to find it. About the soul. Where was it? Hold on, where I can't. The physical heart different from the soul versus consciousness and all that. So my specific belief, not that anybody asked, but I'm going to tell you anyway, is that they're all separate. So heart, I mean, of course you have like heart, and then you have your heart, right? But spirit is different from soul, is different from consciousness, is different from your heart and your conscience. So in my opinion, they're all separate. And your soul is, if you think of it like a orange, and your spirit would be like a slice of the orange. Your spirit does not necessarily continue on for an eternity like your soul, the whole orange, does. And your soul, the whole orange, can be broken down into slices of little oranges, the spirit. And that spirit can have continuity throughout different lifetimes, but not necessarily be eternal. So for instance, you might have a piece of the orange slice that lasts several lifetimes and then join back to the soul, which is the whole orange slice. And you can have different orange slices, spirits, that go for some for 1,000 years, some for 1,000,000 years, some for one lifetime. Depends on what they're learning and what that piece of the orange slice is doing for the whole orange. Yeah, exactly. The bracelet. But that's just my thought about it.
And she is right, because I have seen that play out on greater scales, because we can start, like, if we want to expand the karmic loop out to groups of soul family, that can be a way of looking at something, because where you think you're a partner with somebody, you have the whole soulmates thing, is really another way of saying like soul family, because a mate can also be a spouse in this lifetime, but be your father the next.
And like the soul family would refer to the whole orange, the whole soul, and then the specific soul family members, quote unquote, could be the orange slices.
That's a good way of visualizing it too, as like the core of the apple. Yep. Yeah. She's better at explaining things than I am, because when I see consciousness and I tap into something like that, it comes to me in a different way, because we all have different languages with our spirits. So when I see, and you're asking me about what is a soul, I literally see like tether as if we're a marionette. And if I look into that, I can see different prismatic, chroma, reflective color. This is also something in a framework that she's helped teach me. So like I'm taking this from her. But even before that, I would be able to see the fabric of reality in the way that it looks like, almost like rose-colored glasses meets a kaleidoscope meets pixels, and you know, on Tron, and everything moves like that, like a tube. I'm like, how do I explain this? It's kind of like that.
I'm dead.
But thank you.
Tron, we're going back. I love that you're a little bit of a nerd. Okay, keep going.
Hey.
Tron.
Anyway, she's gonna hold on to that forever.
Yes, I am.
Right. Wait, what?
No, but for real though. So if y'all hear us talking about wait what, Jenny and I have been thinking of doing a podcast together just to just for funsies, you know. And we were looking for taglines and we found one that was like, what, Jenny, I already forgot what it is. What does it say?
Welcome to... I have to open it.
Oh my God. Why can we not remember? But it's like something about where we talk about all things spiritual. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's like curiosity. Welcome to all things curiosity. ... Wait, what? Or something like that.
Because we are constantly forgetting what we're talking about. Also, we get like squirrel moments completely.
We do side quests all the time. And then we're like, well, how did we even get here? We're like, I don't know. Good night.
Yeah. Well, here we are, though. Oh my God.
Okay, I'm logging in. But going back to my visual, Hold on, it's coming. Where the mystical meets ... Wait, what? There we go.
Yes.
There we go.
I knew it was something. We got there in the end.
We did. We need to memorize that clearly. But so it's kind of like a tube like that, and there's like different branches and like avenues or reroutes or detours if you kind of want to like apply a map to that tube. If you were to look through that cord that I see like a marionette on top of a person's head, and it goes up and out into space, and then it goes into a bigger, wider net or matrix, if you will, and it goes out and out and out, and it kind of takes on different colors, feelings, friction. Is it smooth? There's texture to it depending on what level, and you can sit in that area and feel what that life was like. That's how I interpret what we're talking about with the karma loops, how she's talking about how there can be the soul and then a wedge can be the spirit, but that wedge might die off, but then there might be a reimplantation or a continuation of aspects of the soul that she's been talking about with those other pieces that makes the whole soul attached to a greater organism, but it's not organic.
One of the things that we like to do is kind of do like a spiritual family tree type of ancestral heritage.
I've got my doodles.
Yeah, we have doodles. We got lots of doodles. Okay. And basically we just like,
oh my god, can we talk about that for a second on how, so I visually see things a certain way and she has the reverse.
Yeah,
so if
literally the exact opposite.
If we were to stand in person opposite each other, my left would be her right.
Yeah.
But depending on the angle, and let's say dimensionally where she is, if she's up on like the 10th floor,
mm-hmm.
and I'm down on the ground level or I'm in the basement, we're still possibly gonna have that mirroring, but a perspective look. So she'll be looking down, or maybe I'm looking down at that moment, but we won't know we're looking down at each other. They'll feel horizontal and plateau, and we have to like widen the lens and pull back, and I call it totality, and she's like, what the fuck is totality?
With the communication.
Like, all the way over here, and she's like, oh, it's when you're an orb and you're not inside a body, and I'm like, yeah, I told you I had a tadpole like little booster pack on me because the visuals.
Like, and I'm like, what is this booster pack you're talking about?
But the visuals and the mode of getting there and like the overall like idea of like movement.
And those are the easier ones where we're like just opposite like that. Like sometimes you'll be like in the basement and I'll be like 12 blocks away. You're being like, what you got going in there? You're like, hello, I see you. Oh, those are the sad times. Those are the sad
good times because we had fun.
We have it starts out sad times and then by the end of it, it becomes like fun times.
Right.
But yeah, but we like to like take it, like if you imagine a genealogy for like a family and you like mapped it out and everything, we kind of like to do that too. We don't deal in good and bad. I can't speak for Jenny, but I'm pretty sure that I can speak for Jenny. We don't deal in good and bad. There's good and bad in everything. This entire existence is one of duality, and the point of it, in my opinion, is for us to expand beyond duality. So that's just my
duality is a part of the nature of this place, and if there wasn't opposition, oppression, and anger and room for growth, no one would succeed here. You need to learn and adapt and have adaptability and perseverance in this lifetime, in my opinion. So good or bad is just a vehicle or mode or a way of perception that gets you from where you were feeling to where you're going. So it's not that there's a yin and yang so much as, and I'm very Pisces where I'm like, we are all connected to each other. So what you do to me, I'm going to feel, or I'm going to have to absorb, or I'm going to have a reaction to. Like there's that level of it. But then there's also the level of understanding that there's more to life than just hating and loving on each other, that there's more complexity because I'm able to sit in those deep feelings and really put myself in other people's shoes, get to the objective side of things and being like, what is the cost and what is the real root of this, and how much do I give a damn to be bothered by it? Because forgiveness isn't for the other person, it's for yourself.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at how people can hurt each other, or demons versus angels, or if you're looking for that person's good, that person's bad, it's all just choices, and other people's opinions are none of your business. And what we do to each other is just the mechanics of where, one, our evolution are. You can't ignore the science and where we are in this day and age. And also, you got to look back at those karmic loops that we were talking about. And some people haven't been able to close those out, or have the open-mindedness, or be taught or instilled because of cultural beliefs and systems that get in the way. And it's all a learning opportunity with how many complexity systems inhabit on one planet. Because we could get into the talk about how there's other planets and there's different systems and world beliefs, and we'll sound real good with our tinfoil hats.
Yeah. Oh, listen, I'm always down to go there. Oh, yeah,
loves her people. The queen loves her people.
We love to think about the other. I don't know. I just feel like it's very, like, the problem in this world is that people are not open-minded enough, in my opinion. And, we're closing ourselves down, and we're putting ourselves into like these boxes and these categories of like, oh, I'm an American Christian. Oh, I'm a Roman Catholicism believer. Oh, I'm a Greek Orthodox. Oh, I'm Buddhist. I'm this and that and the other. And we're looking at everybody's differences, which is fine because you want to celebrate differences and you want to learn from differences. But we're not doing as good, in my opinion, about celebrating the places where we're alike, and where we can find common ground, and where we can find respect for each other, and where we can learn from each other. Yeah, it does make us get stuck in a very one-track mind of thinking. Yeah, we're a very self-centric species, and I think that comes from the fact that we are still a young species. And so just like a young person has to learn a lot of different lessons in order to mature, so does our humanity as a whole. We're getting there slowly, but we will get there, I think.
I don't think of what else. Did we miss anybody's question?
I don't know. I feel like there was a lot, and we did have a squirrel moment. Mariah said her entire life was a squirrel moment, and I 100% agree with that. All day, every day.
Mariah, do you have any questions?
What's interesting to me is that whenever I was doing Christianity, and I say doing, that sounds bad. Okay. Whenever I was a believer in Christianity, then the one thing that I can say in my experience is that even though I heard all the Bible stories, I've read the Bible through and through, there was a lot about it that was not ever explained to me beyond like, this is the story, and like, you have to really go deep in a lot of these religions and a lot of things about spirituality in general in order to get a lesson out of it. It's not just a face value thing. It shouldn't be a face value thing. And so one of the things that always is interesting to me is that after I stopped and kind of deconstructed my beliefs and said, like, what do I believe? And I started working with other spirits, specifically infernals at that time. They're the ones who actually taught me not to be so close-minded. And it's interesting that it would be infernals or demons that teach you not to be closed-minded. Yes, we love them. And to basically, you know, because people are like, oh, demons, oh, infernals, oh my God, hell. And I'm just like, they are the ones that taught me how to love myself and how to find common ground with other people and respect that not everybody's going to like the fact that I believe a certain way.
And real life practical ways to implement them.
Yeah.
Because not every energy knows how to converse.
Yes.
They can give you the advice, but they can't tell you the how.
As Michael
joins, how, they've got the T, and they've got the mode and the way of getting there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's hilarious that you said that, right? And then Michael joined the chat.
Hi, Mikey.
Accurate. We know, dear one, we know.
Dear one.
The angels have a little bit of trouble sometimes. It's fine. You know, it's fine. We love them all. They all have different personalities, all these spirits. And the different species of spirits have different personalities. I say species. I don't really actually know if that's the correct terminology. I mean, I feel like it would be.
I think it's almost like a language and dialect where like you can have a hybrid or a version, but it's still within the same category. So like you could go with English or Englishmen, but there's people from
like England and people from like America.
That, yes, but even within England, you have Welsh, or you can have like the people that are from Surrey sound different from the people in Leeds, from North, from the South, like stuff like that, where they all have the same nationality, I guess.
Me trying to put this from language, my Capricorn brain is like, that's language. And I'm like, I know Jenny doesn't mean it that way. See, this is one of the communication things. We're seeing it in real time. Jenny's like, I'm explaining a thing, and my literal brain is like, Jenny, this is language. We're talking about species.
Analytical. I've literally had to take it. We'll be voice noting to each other, and I will be on blast, and she'll be like, "Okay, I can't. I had to have somebody translate you, and then I get it." And I'm like, "Fucking We'll be at it for 15 minutes, and it's one thing, and then we'll have to go up, and we'll have to go back up because she'll go back and pick apart another thing. 15 minutes ago."
I can't help it.
Like, oh my God, I'm so far by this. What do you mean?
So, so just to really drive home how different Jenny and I are. Jenny is the Pisces. I'm a Capricorn. And I'm an earth sign. Okay. I'm very literal because of the Capricorn and the earth sign situation. Okay.
What's your rising again? Because your rising is how people perceive you.
Aquarius.
That's why we get along. Because I have a lot of Aquarius too. Everything else is fire, and then my one other water, then Pisces is Aquarius. That's the one.
And I have like no fire. I have all basically earth, air, and water, like a little bit of water, but not a lot. But like, not only that, like Jenny's past lives have been a lot of like infernal, like very fiery, very like base heavy energies, and mine have been like, oh, like fae, not dark fae as much, although some, and then like angelic. So it's all very like analytical and like, no, this is and so Jenny's like excitable and like fiery and ready to like kick ass, and I'm like, oh wait, hold on, like we're going too fast. Like, let's slow the brakes here. We gotta think about this.
But when she does get off her ass and make a decision, I have to keep up with her. But I've got the power to do it, babe.
Yeah, you do. Yes, you do.
I got it in aces. Let's go. I can rally like this. You need somebody to go take shots with. We got this. Yeah. But she doesn't.
What is it that you said the other day? I ground you and you moved me. And I was like, that's so accurate. Oh my God. That's so accurate for us.
I don't mess with the fries.
Well, okay. I
Me
think that
neither. I
think
love fries.
that wasn't for us, but I will mess with the fries because I like fries. So you can give the fries to me if you don't want to mess with the fries.
Fairies.
The fairies. Oh. Well, some of them are just like me, darling. Like, it's fine. Others are not so much. You gotta be careful. It's fine. I have like a certain like area that I like to just boop right there in that little area. But we don't really get much outside unless it's the dark fae, in which case they're pretty fun. It's good parties. Good times.
I'll drink your blood. I couldn't help it.
That's a whole separate thing we're not going into. I also want fries. Now we've all talked about fries. Now we all need it.
She goes, my blanket just fell off my bed this day. Needs to stop with the inconveniences.
Ain't that the truth? Yes. Somebody's in there. Somebody's probably like messing with you, like bloop.
Now she won't be able to go to bed.
Especially now that you said that you don't mess with the fairies. They're like, this bitch, hold on. You just don't know you do. I would love that. Oh, good times.
Did we talk about how we've had spirits show up in our own life after we've worked through a karmic loop and how that can open things up again after closing down?
You go for it. I'll tag on. I don't know what you're like. I see where you're going with this, and then I can just like hop in.
Anyway.
Stop being an asshole. Oh God. Oh no, not the child. We've made the child cry. We've made Jenny cry.
I have no oxygen to my head.
Please make sure you're breathing. That's important. In through the mouth. No, in through the nose, out through the mouth. We'll get it right in a minute. I can't. Oh God. The struggle.
It's hot.
It's too late for this.
Is it though? Is it? Anyway, what the fuck did I say?
I was confused, so I was like, I'll hop on. I don't know. Oh no. Okay, hold on. I can remember.
I got it. Shh.
Oh.
Okay.
Go.
Okay, look at you. Okay, when a karmic loop ends and how that feels and it gets quiet on us and we feel like we don't have our guides around us or our family changes. I can't look at you.
It's just listening. Okay. Keep going.
Ow, my fucking head.
We're gonna have to get your blood pressure checked or something. This is outrageous. Oh God.
I'm laughing so hard. I can't breathe in.
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay. Are you talking about Are you talking about like in my example where I clear a lane and then I have to come back?
Fuck no, that's a totally other
What
thing.
are you talking about? Are you talking about where we like think that we're alone and then they come back and it's like a whole new situation? Boom! Okay, I'm with you. I'm here. We're at the same spot. We've made it. What are we doing? Which example did you want to bring up? The struggle. How are we going to get through a podcast, Jennifer? We can't even get through a TikTok.
This is what it is, babe. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh God, they're going to be like, these dumb bitches.
So they're gonna think
we are not stupid, I promise.
I am stone sober.
I know, me too, sadly.
Okay,
Oh,
go ahead. What?
It was your topic. You have to start it.
It's learned off of your experiences. Anyway.
Okay.
I'm like, we had an agreement once upon a time where I wasn't allowed to talk about your stuff and things, and I'm trying to be like, hey, you talk about it.
No, you can go. I'll be like, Jennifer, shut up. If it's something, you can go. It's fine. I give you permission.
Oh.
Approval
stamp. This girl, no. I know where warehouses.
Oh my God. Let's don't talk about the warehouses. Oh God.
The way her anxiety just went like this. It's not about people coming in, it's about the mess. It's about the mess. There it is.
Listen, okay. So for people that don't know, when you live a lot of lives, okay, and then you connect with a lot of those lives, you just start getting crap. It's like a hoarder.
You are a hoarder.
I am not a hoarder. I am not a spiritual hoarder, Jennifer. What I am is but some of those things come in handy, okay, later on. And then you have to figure out, are you keeping this with you? Is this going in the backpack? Or are we setting it out in the warehouse for some storage?
You mean the pack mule?
No, some of the stuff goes in a backpack. Some of the stuff stays in the warehouse for you to go and gather the things later, because maybe you need something else later. I don't know what you're doing with your existence, okay? And then maybe you need something, and I got it in my warehouse, and then I'm gonna have to come and be like, here you go. You can have this. Gift baskets. That's where they come in. Listen, we know this is true. It has helped.
She is the Martha Stewart of fucking space, okay? She is the Martha Stewart and the Mother Teresa.
I haven't given a gift basket in a very long time.
Then you're just itching for it, I bet.
I told you I got rid of a bunch of things.
As if you don't have the deep pockets to go and fucking fix that.
I have been giving things. I am a giver, Jenny. See, Mariah likes hoarding spiritual things. Okay? You're the only one who's a weirdo and goes around with just your fanny pack, okay?
No, I have my own storage, but I translate my stuff into scriptures and I alchemize it from being a substance into an energy so I can bring it with me.
Absolutely not. I don't want to read all those books, Jennifer. I like reading, but I'm not trying to read all that. I like a nice something.
Okay? Didn't learn from the fire of Alexandria, did you? No. Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down.
Those were books, Jenny. Those were scripts.
You just said books.
No, I don't. Okay, I like books in real life, but in spiritual life, I like gifts. Okay, I like a nice little gift shop vibe, and I like for them to be ordered.
The clam or the lobster or the crab from the bottom of Moana, people. It's shiny. I'm shiny.
Stop it, no.
You are.
Okay, it's all very organized. And there's catalogs.
I would expect nothing less. She had a spiritual assistant. This is totally going in, but she's had so many of them in the years I've known you that just can't keep up because her filing system is so meticulous. It's down to the type of fucking glittery pen.
I mean, I feel that this is very just.
And it's not, nay, it is not just a neon pink. It's an ombre neon pink with a purple border. It'll be...
Listen. It's called being organized with your spirituality. With your
Ain't nobody got time for this shit. We're either turning or burning. Let's go. We got shit to do, places to conquer, dragons to ride, portals to open. No. Let's go.
No, absolutely not. Meanwhile, my ass is sitting in spirit like, oh my God, what is happening over there? That's too much. Hold on. Let me go sit in my warehouse. I feel stressed.
Okay, so going back to what I was talking about with the karmic loop.
Oh, wait. Okay, but actually, I feel like we do need to explain this. Hold on, because we just spent this whole time laughing about that. Just so everybody knows, basically what Jenny and I, the 4 people that are in here, everybody, quote unquote, just so everybody knows, what Jenny and I are talking about is basically what people refer to as an Akashic library, but it's like our own personal Akashic library. And what she does, she categorizes her things in one way so that she can keep those lessons, and I categorize them and organize them and keep them in a very specific way, okay? And it looks a certain way and it has to be a certain way, and I have so much that I have to sometimes offload it to a spiritual guide of some sort to come in and be like,
it's deeded. Let me just fucking tell you right now, it is deeded bullshit.
It is not deeded bullshit, Jenny.
When she has remember back to that soul orange, and she has an aspect that's frail and dying, the next wedge beside her or across from it or wherever the fuck she decides to seed it gets it. And sometimes you don't want the ugly gravy boat.
Okay, none of my gravy boats are ugly. First off, let me just...
Couldn't be me.
Let me just stop you right there. I have very nice gravy boats. Okay, anyway.
And now we're on a fight. Now, see, and I wind her up to the point where she's like, "Oh, you want to sell this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do."
But the point,
Oh.
for lessons, okay, for lessons, these are all ways, you know, people are like, oh, I go into the Akashic records, and I'm like, me too, okay, but like, it doesn't have to be some big thing where you pay money for people to do this, like, you can
access your own.
You can access your own.
Your family. You can access your living ancestry, like your bone of your bone, blood of your blood, those people that walked with you and before you, blah, blah, blah. You can access that. You can access your soul family. The only thing that's like kind of off limits is
stuff that you're not ready for. Stuff that you're not ready for is off limits.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Got me.
You might be ready for it later, but you're not ready for it now. That's what's off limits. And you'll see it later when you are ready for it. But, you know, stuff that's
a measuring cup.
Listen, I like a measuring cup.
No, Mariah,
and I like a gravy boat. Wait, these are for different things. A gravy boat is for a little sparkle, razzle dazzle, okay? And we like that. I like a little sparkle razzle.
She had an incarnation where she threw up glitter. You don't want to go toe to toe with her on
true. That is true. Yes, that did happen, which is very strange. When you see these things, okay, like, but then the worst part is not even the seeing it, because it's just like, what the shit,
like, what?
After a while. What? But for real, okay. Claire, okay, your Claires are very strange things, okay? You be out here seeing all kinds of stuff, and you're like, is that literal or is that figurative? Like, is this literal glitter? Is this a figurative glitter? I don't know. Sometimes could be both, could be neither, could be one or the other. You never know, because there are some strange existences out there. Very strange, I say. So, you know. That's not even the strangest.
No, because she'll not only will she have those visuals though, but you will get like the actual real life side effects. And she's had an experience all pregnancy and labor, but never had a child in this life, and this body has no fucking clue.
No,
but she's felt it, and she's asked me and other mothers that we know that are mutuals with, and we're all like, yeah, that's it. And she's like, motherfucking hell.
And I try very hard not to be around pregnant folk, okay, because I am worried that it's catching, and I shan't have any of that, okay, in this lifetime. Thank you. Good day. But in other lifetimes, I can be a little bit of a hussy. So there are children that come, quiet you.
Yes, letters.
That's just something different. We're just letting all the tea be spilled. Don't let me talk about your litters, okay? You're a fine one to talk. You're a hussy too.
Yeah, but I own it.
I said I was. Anyway, we're getting off topic.
This girl over here thinks if she doesn't entwine herself enough in this life that she'll be done it, she won't come to this miserable place again, and she gets to go fly her little butterfly wings elsewhere.
I think that not entwining myself in as karmic ties, it can only help, okay? I'm trying to go. Oh my God, you have 6 of those little ones. Oh my God.
You just gave her heart palpitation.
I got
She had
literally
heart
hot.
palpitation.
I almost started sweating.
Don't kill my friend.
Yeah, that's God bless you. Oh man. No wonder
Don't
you're
curse
on
her.
here. You have to get some serotonin by being on here, some dopamine. Wait, what's serotonin? Hold on, I'm thinking of dopamine. Anyway, you know what I mean though. Oh man. Oof. Yeah. Now I'm gonna be stuck on that for a minute.
I keep trying to say it. The karmic
Sorry.
loops, and when people go away.
Oh yeah, and you were gonna use an example of mine. What is it? What are you gonna do?
Well, I won't bring up H because that's not fair. But I think that has to
Actually,
do with
that
it.
might be the best one. Oh, you could do the other H.
Okay, yeah. Your happier version.
Yeah. Honestly, the other one.
Just listen, it's fine. Okay. So we'll be doing our own things and our own stuff and our own conversations on the side. But when we have a sticky situation or a situation where we can't quite get it clear, and we'll just be like, can you pull some cards? Do you have some time? Or can you look into the situation? Or it is a full-on him, her, him, her, him, her, him, her dialogue novel of, look at this fucking shit I have to deal with, and look at that funny part because I killed myself and went wheezing now. That's how our...
Those are my favorites. I love those.
Me too. And we'll add in some gifts, and then we'll get rolling, and then my guides will chastise her, and then sometimes there's some fights and some retribution and some good fun. But
yeah, it's a hoot and a half. We have a hoot nanny going.
Until that one time with EL.
My God.
In the Coliseum, that sucked. Anyway.
Oh my, I forgot about that. How do I forget about these things? I think I just push it right out of my mind. That's good.
Anyway, so she came to me with this problem with a certain being, because you're not really a deity.
Well, he is.
A deity is underneath you, but no one really is conscious of him by
not
that
here.
nature.
He's a deity in another place. We would know him as other names here.
Bang.
You would know his extensions.
That's what
his incarnation.
He's like the umbrella. That's where I was going. Anyway, she was having trouble understanding like a part of this like love triangle.
My least favorite.
And I kind of had to come in and play counselor, but it's because she wasn't done finishing these certain problematic things that coincidentally had my involvement, which who the fuck knew? That was a surprise for me.
Karmic loop.
Didn't know that until I got involved. And she was like, what is this situation with you and him over here? Because I'm getting this with over here. And like, is it because we coexist in one body and our soul is over there? Is it a version of both of us because we overlapped? If you took one orange and you smashed them together, those wedges overlap.
Like watercolors. Like if you have like paint and water, how the paints can mix. They can be separate and they can be, you know, blue, red, blah, blah, blah. But they can also mix and make different colors.
Like purple.
Spirits can sometimes do that too. And then it just gets...
If it was a crossover. We didn't know if it was one of my not so good nice times that I did to her. We didn't know if it was what she did to me. We had to work through all the nitty gritty ties and knots to figure out that it was something else entirely than what we first perceived, but we had to be grounded and level centered, and us, Paige, Jenny, calm enough, have the bandwidth and also the open-mindedness not to attack each other here, because it's not going to do any good here while we're downloading such far out concepts of parallel or versions, aspects of a greater soul. So I had to play counselor, and I had to basically let her know that she had this like situation with the one guy that she had to finish before she could go off and feel more complete and whole, and like people were there for her because she was having these big emotional moments, because you get so bonded, you get a lot of history, you feel the feelings that you felt then and then add on the feelings you get now as this person, and you don't know if you're living it as you are now or if it's a memory that you're tampering with, and there's a whole bunch of like nuances that come with it. But she needed help looking at it and having a different perspective, and somebody that she thought was unbiased until I got into the equation. And then she's like, no, actually, that looks like you. That looks like you. What the fuck? And I'm like, wait, that does. What the fuck? What do you mean I'm over here? I'm not supposed to be over here. And I didn't know until I got some perspective and was able to add it. So when it comes to the karmic loops, I know this is really far out, but it would be like, if the last lifetime between her and she and I could be sisters instead of long distance friends, never having physically met, but feeling very connected to the point where I know when she's thinking about me sometimes. I know when like she's checking in and being like, hey, what's Jenny doing? And like, that's all we have to do sometimes. And then other times it's like, I can't feel anything. I feel like there's a cloak over me. I feel like I'm in the white space. There's nothing touching. I'm so lonely. What the fuck? Where am I? Did I get dropped off at school and I don't know my way into school? And it can feel like that. And a lot of that can be like comparable to when you're first starting to work with your spirit guides, because you don't have the way of the land yet. And it's almost like if you're to think of a wheel and you start up here, Mariah, Joe, and I have talked about this before, but you start and you have the awakening, you get the understanding, you're doing well, you feel like you're on top of the world, then things start breaking down, you're trying to hold all the pieces together, and then it all falls apart before it can start again. Similarly, it can happen with the karmic loops and the situations and the personalities or the issues that happened between either soul family or extensions or aspects of other people, beings, and souls.
Well, and the interesting thing too is that I feel like a lot of people just look at karma from this life, but that's only one layer. And even if they go back, like, you know, because you and I could have stopped at that first lifetime that we found where we had a karmic entanglement, and we were like, we could have just been like, boop, done. But the thing is that there was layer after layer after layer after layer, and people sometimes don't look at that. And then they're like, why is this person still in my life? Or why is this lesson keep on coming back around? It's because you're still peeling the onion, and you got to keep going and going and going deeper and deeper and deeper. It's like lancing an infection, you know, out of you. Like, you just have to keep on pushing the nastiness out, and then eventually you will get done.
Remember, Mariah, when Joe said, Joe is another person and she's mentoring Mariah, and she's actually somebody that I've gotten to know on here too. Anyways, she's more on the witchy side. Joe has said that anybody that says they're done shadow work or that they're old and they no longer need to learn, shadow work is like an onion too.
Mm-hmm.
Because while you've handled maybe a piece of the onion, and it only took off a strip because that was your perspective, but now you have to take off the other person's perspective, and then you have to look at that from a greater, like the people around you that might have gotten aftershocks and those feelings, and then maybe you dealt with it on a surface level, but did you deal with it on an inner child level? And like,
that's a tricky one too, because you'll be like, oh no, I dealt with it, like I'm good, and then something else comes and you're like, oh my god. Why?
Yeah, and it knocks you down the paper too.
The shadow work never ends. And like, I like that she said that, you know, it's not just shadow work either, it's the learning, because stuff that I believe now is not stuff that I even could conceive of like a year ago. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure in a year from now, it'll be the exact same thing. Like, you can't just, I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. like close yourself off and say, I know all the things. And like, that's why I try to be really like cognizant about saying, like, not saying I know or this is correct or blah, blah, blah. There's very few things that I will be absolute about. And pretty much the only thing that I can think of at this moment is just that, like earlier when whoever that was talking about good and bad. That's the dualistic mindset. And that's something that I can see the learning opportunities in having a dualistic mindset, but I don't want that for myself. So that's pretty much the only absolute statement that I'm willing to make, is that that's not something that I want to have for myself in this life experience anymore. And so, but like being very cognizant of, like, I don't know all the things and I'm constantly learning. Yeah, that's something I'm trying to be more careful about. Or putting it off in a manner, because sometimes you don't even say I know, but the way that you put something off might indicate, or, you know, make somebody believe like, oh, they know, like they knew. And you're like, no, I really don't know. And like in a year, and for a long time, like I didn't want to do any kind of teaching or any kind of mentoring or any type of anything, because I was like, I do not want people to look at something that I'm talking about or something that I'm saying and be like, this is the absolute truth and this is what she believes and blah, 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 because I don't want to put that sort of face or image on things. I want to continue to keep learning and be open-minded and expanding.
It felt closed off to you at that time, and it probably still does, because it's putting you in a box and you don't want to be unboxed. So then by saying and teaching other people, it makes you feel like you're placing people in a category where it's more of a self-led environment than it is like the way that we do things. And there's no right way or wrong way to uncovering. What?
Uncovering?
Thank you.
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you. I just had to come pluck that out of my brain for me. Thank you. Normally I do this. But yeah, it's like, I have to uncover these types of things and processes. And a lot of people talk about the awakening or ascension, but it's really just an elevated mind frame, like a framework of thinking, of physicality. Like people that go to the gym are just elevating their body. People that are elevating their spiritual connection or elevating that connection to their higher self or a greater something.
Tara.
Oh my, Tara. We have a job for you.
We do. We have a job for you.
You want to show her?
How?
Do you have the thing on your iPad?
No, I don't have my iPad.
Oh, fuck.
Fine.
I'll have to show you later.
Yeah, we'll show you later. But it's a fun thing. And no pressure if you don't want to do it, but also it'd be really cool if you did.
She's moving right now, and she's got a very stressful moment now, but
not right now. Not right now. Okay, we'll just tell you. Okay, we're just gonna tell you. Can we tell her?
Yeah.
I'm bad at secrets. Okay.
You think?
Shut up. Be quiet. Don't call me out. Anyway,
you called yourself out.
But you added on to it. Anyway, okay. You're so mean to me. Anyway. Okay, Carol. Okay, so me and Jenny are thinking about making a podcast. Okay, and we've stopped Jennifer. Oh no, bye, Mariah. Your face. As you just came. Bye, Mariah. Good night. Okay. Anyway, okay, so we're thinking about making a podcast, and it's just gonna be like for funsies, right? But it's gonna be, if Jenny can ever get her life together and not die, we're gonna do the podcast. And we were trying to figure out a logo, and I have something that we kind of like, that I kind of made a long time ago, and I kept it because I was like, this might be something that we need later on. And so I have what we need it to look like, but the colors are not correct. So we were hoping that you could help us in figuring out how to change the colors because it's like basically what it is it's like wings and it has like entwining serpents going up. So it's kind of like a modified caduceus. But we just can't get the colors right. The colors are wrong. We need the colors to be right.
There needs to be more red.
Oh my God. It doesn't need to be all red though. Jenny's obsessed with the red. And what the color scheme that we're going for is like night celestial meets
dark academia.
Yeah, like dark academia. Yeah.
I can show you what I've been working on Canva, Kara.
Yeah.
It's
like midnight blues and indigos and starry violets and dark greens and shadowy colors and like starfire.
About to die.
OMG. Shut up. Be quiet. Anyway, we've also just been chatting about karmic. Oh. Well, I mean, you could like okay, so we were kind of hoping actually that we could also tap you for that, just to like come in and like we just have like a chat, you know, like it's just chatting.
Kara, like what we've been doing, but she wants a little bit of a thing where like if we have dead space, she's like, okay, we gotta have pillars, we gotta have something to talk about. I'm like, okay, fine. She can't just half-ass it like you and I do.
If you want to draw. I mean, obviously, we're never going to tell you no. Or if you just want to come and chat about your experience.
Yeah. And like how you've learned language through your charm casting. Your language of spirit, I mean. You know how to talk.
Exactly. With the half-assing. Just pulling it right out. That's what we're trying to do. But we're going to also have like, you know, kind of a fallback.
Have conversational notes. She's gonna have her little flashcards. I can already see it.
It's not gonna be flashcards, Jenny. It's gonna be a note cards, okay? And they're gonna be posted.
It's the same thing.
No.
Yes, it is.
Yes, Kara.
Points on a paper.
Jenny doesn't like that I'm organized. But I'm going to make her be a little organized. We are going to free flow in the organization. That's what we're doing. Anyway, but that's the point of it all. And basically, it's just going to be for funsies, you know, just like a little chat, just like a chat.
It's basically our conversations without the explicit details that we usually share with each other.
But like, you know, all the conversations that we've had, that we've gotten into, it's basically like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, ghost stories would be part of it, of course, because hello.
We could have like a theme of the night.
Yeah, exactly. Like ghost might be one.
This isn't a weekly thing either.
No.
We don't have that bandwidth.
No. Mm-mm. And like later when we do like the podcast, we're not doing the podcast right now. We're just doing it on TikTok first. We're just going to kind of like willy-nilly do some stuff on TikTok to see how it goes.
I'm posting this tonight.
Yeah, that's fine.
On my YouTube because it's got to start somewhere.
Yeah, do it. And then, but later, specifically whenever I'm able to go for like 410s at my job, which hopefully will be like at the end of the year or before then we'll try to do like the actual podcast, and then we'll open like a new TikTok channel. And yeah, that's like the goal at least. What was that? Oh. Also, I just realized that this lighter thing is magnetic, and now I have a toy. Anyway, I know, right? It would be fun, because basically it's just us laughing like 90% of the time. But guess what our tagline is, Kara?
You remember it this time?
No. I don't remember it. I can't remember. Hold on. What is it? Do you remember?
Something mystics. See, this is a problem.
We're going to have to learn. We're going to have to learn it. Okay. Well, we'll tell you that later because we can't remember it. But we've come up with a name and everything, and our tagline is my favorite because it's very us, but neither one of us can remember.
It's like, welcome to the curiosities and mysticism conversations or something like that. And then it's like ... Wait, what? Because like we get off track so much.
every other sentence, basically. Just squirrel, squirrel, squirrel everywhere. But yeah, that's the thing. That's what we're thinking about doing.
Christine
Oh, look
has
at you
got it.
go. I'm
She's
gonna
got
need
to
to come
do.
here.
So that's probably why. She's probably cleaning and hustling and doing the thing.
As one should, as one should. It makes
Mhm.
yes, immediate squirrel. Yes. Kara knows. Kara's a squirrel too.
Oh, is she ever? I had to talk her down from the roost yesterday. I was like, Kara, you're going a million miles a minute, and you're talking about 10 different things that you're doing, and you haven't come up for air. Your head's gonna spin off.
Yes.
And then she was, because I'm not gonna get into her details, but like she was trying to like find ways of offloading stress and weight. And I was like, did you consider this? And she was like, oh my God. Oh my God, you did? I'm gonna look at that after.
I love it.
She's like, I just messaged you. Oh, this is funny.
We've been talking about karmic loops and karmic ties and karmic entanglement. I can't speak. It's been a long day.
It has. I ran all the biz numbers and realized that I could more than double my investment if I got a small biz grant. See?
Nice.
There's always options. Nice.
Do it, do it, do it. Kara. Yes. Azazel just popped up.
Getting everybody in here.
I haven't like seen anybody, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, that's why I kind of went quiet for a minute because I was like, who's that? Hold on. Yeah.
You're drinking your own Kool-Aid. I mean, we have two.
Same. Oh my God. But yeah, that's like our thing that we've been working on. So we will send you the things.
Yeah.
Of course you can, Kara. Absolutely. What else, Jenny?
What else do we know about karma and loopage other than how we've handled it? When I see certain souls, okay, so on the mediumship side of things, when somebody has died and still has regrets with their life, that can, because they go, I have asked this across multiple spirits that are open to still conversating with me. Like, these are people that have lived, these are ancestors, humans, not spirits out and beyond, but of the earth. Anyway, so I've asked them, like, what is it like after you die? Do you have a review? Like, I'm collecting data, if you will.
Mhm.
And the majority of them say there is some type of reflective state before movement of any kind.
Can we talk about this?
We can after this.
Yes.
And it appears that a lot of time where somebody feels a regret and or a magnitude of an emotion where they feel like they need to protect, recover, prolong, or they can feel a match to, maybe you don't even know this spirit, but they're looking over you because they've learned the same mistakes that maybe your trials and tribulations will be like, or they resonate because you're a mom and they were a mom, and they like there's different similarities, and sometimes a spirit just isn't done with the living. So those can enter and create karmic loops. And because of that soul, let's say you don't listen to the guidance, or you don't listen to that intuition that they try to make you feel, or they try to project, or they try to influence through your dreams, and you don't listen to that, and then hello. It's okay. And then you're stuck with that connection. But I haven't been able to get enough quote, and this is from my own experience. This isn't something I find a lot of psychics talk about, where like sometimes they're like, oh yeah, you have a guardian, you have a guide, you have an angel, you have a demon, you have a grandma on the dad's side that's 5 generations out that's going to war for you. But you don't often get the people or the mediums that talk about the off don't even know you, don't know your family, not a friend, but they're a spirit, a human spirit, and they're there to guide and help and protect or do something because they feel connected to you in a way.
I had one like that. I didn't even know about it for the longest, and I got a very well-known medium psychic on here. Kara knows her. I got a reading from her, and one of the ones that when she was offering this service, she doesn't offer it anymore, but like part of it was connecting with spirits that you have around. There was more to it than that, but we're just going to summarize. But basically I just one day got this little fellow because my dad's house was in this, I didn't really like going there. And there's like a lot of stuff with that we had to go shadow work. But I didn't really like going there when I was younger and kind of hated it. And there was definitely spirits in that house. And it wasn't really the spirits that I had a problem with. It was just like all the energy there. And this one guy, I didn't know him. He's not part of my family or anything like that. I remember vividly feeling him and seeing him, but I didn't know he stuck around. And literally 20 years later, probably, this person that was reading for me was like, "Do you know who this is?" And I was like, "Yes, I do." Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't know his name or anything because I've never figured out who he was. And she's like, "Yeah, you picked him up from your dad's house and he's just hung around because he felt like you needed him in that house. And so he just hung around and he's just helped kind of guard your gates basically this entire time. Just, you never knew." And I was like, "Oh my God, that's crazy." So yeah, but I don't really know. I haven't ever really figured out, other than him just kind of hanging around to help me out, which I really appreciated, why he stayed there. Other than I knew that he had some issues with his family whenever he was living. Yeah.
There it is. It's like a common denominator somewhere.
Yeah.
It takes but a single thought and boom. Yep. So that's the thing that I guess we could add on with like the karmic ties or loops or entanglement, is where you've got the veiled and the conscious physical life learning from the subconscious by the veiled side. And when things go wrong or when things go right, not good or bad, but whether they align or they take a reroute or they do a U-turn or they keep on going straight.
I think a lot of time it's like the sudden unplanned stuff, whether it be good or bad. It's the sudden unplanned stuff, I think, that kind of sometimes creates the karmic loops. Because it's not in your life plan, so then it just happens. Yep. And then that creates an instance where things are out of line.
And if we want to go another level up, the near-death experiences, and when people say that they've come back and when they're jumping into another parallel version of themselves and timeline and can remember themselves dying, and they can remember funerals of themselves, they can remember, but they don't remember being a child, and they're just an adult and they're in the same body and they have the same name. But there's a little something not quite with the memory and it doesn't all link up. There's cases like that too that have to do with entanglement and why you came back. Something wasn't finished, you weren't quite done. Some people report on in hypnosis, which you're more familiar with because you did training in that, but I've heard it through clients and I've also heard it through the spirits that I speak to. So
I haven't done that in so long. I should do that again. That was fun. Past life hypnosis regression.
I'd be down for it, but you'd be triggered to the fucking hills.
Or it would be great fun because everybody and their mother would come in.
Why'd you do that to me?
No, I wouldn't really. With you, I wouldn't really focus on the past life stuff because you can get that yourself. So it would just be like a free-for-all party. We'd just have all the visitors. It'd be great.
Yeah, she's like, I want to do it.
Yes.
My thing lately is I've been having a bitch of a time trying to get my monkey brain and me to slow, because I can do active meditation and I can do calm, grounded meditation. And usually at night, and with a certain someone that I'm having a tiff with lately, I've had to go into a certain, and by the time I have time, because of the twins or because I have the kids, like nighttime is the only time I really get to myself here. Yeah. So I have to divide and conquer, and sometimes I know I've got the bandwidth because I still feel awake enough, but then it's like I can't quiet myself, and then I'm questioning because of the way that he's been answering. I'm really fucking cagey. Anyway. You're like, anyway. That's been a fun thing, is like staying here, and it's not because I'm getting kicked out, and it's not because I'm getting too emotional, because that's not happening either.
Which is a thing that can kick you out of meditations really fast.
And I know I'm not getting kicked out because I can feel him almost like, stay fucking here, we're not done with this. So I'm like, I'm trying, and then I'm asleep.
Yeah.
Like, it's like once I when I drift that last barrier, if you will, sayonara. Yeah. Next morning, I'm like, fucking hell, I'm shuffling cards. Like, I'm so sorry.
Well, people don't talk about that, and like, a lot of the people I feel like that get on and talk about spirituality are like, and it's true, start with meditation, because that's how you're going to meet your guides. That's how you're going to be able to be one with yourself and really get to know yourself. Yeah. But for some people, meditation is really hard. Like, I can't count the number of people who've been like, I can't meditate. I've tried this, that, and the other, and I can't do it. And first off, like, I know it's really hard, but just telling yourself that, you're not going to be able to do it, because it's already in your mind that you can't. And so the entire time you're thinking about, I can't do this, even if it's in the very back of your mind. But that's a whole separate issue. But it is a very real, like, reality that people have lives. You have demanding jobs. You work a lot. You have a large family. You have small kids. Like, it is very hard to find time where you can sit down, or if you're doing active meditating, get into a mind frame where you can channel your guides. It's a little bit easier, in my opinion. I think this is probably the case for a lot of people. Like, if you're doing active meditation and you're thinking while you're doing stuff, that is a form of active meditation, and like some of your best stuff will come when you're over here, like cleaning the house, and you're like, oh my God, I have this idea. And you are taking, like, that is a form of meditation, and you are taking in energies that are kind of surrounding you and orbiting you. And people don't really realize that that's what they're doing. But like actually sitting down and trying to open up enough and close your mind off to some things and open your mind up to other things, so that you can actually converse with your guides or with your, ancestors, your family, so on and so forth. It can be really difficult to find the time and the energy to do that. Hi, Chris. Hi. But it's true though. He's mad. Oh no. Hi, bud.
You'll be fine.
But yeah, that is difficult, I feel like, and people don't give that enough credit. And I have a demanding job that is very mentally exhausting.
Emotionally.
Yeah, and emotionally. And it's just very tiring. I don't have like the children aspect of it where it's just like constant. Like, when I come home, I can relax, but I'm very tired. So like, it's like, there's something, and you kind of just have to figure out how to navigate it, but it is hard.
Did he get it?
No.
Okay. Hold on. Please hold.
What's wrong?
Heathing.
Oh, no, buddy. Hi.
And just pure grumpy.
Get that in.
Yeah. Got all them teethers coming in. Whoop.
I've got him. You think I just let him fall?
No, I was getting tickled because he's like, was looking over here and he's like, did Chris go that way or something? Because he was like right on him. That's too funny.
Yeah. For me, it's more like I'm grounded. I've got the roots and I did all the stuff and things. But I just can't get like the squirrel brain that we have.
Yeah.
Like, oh, and then I get pulled here, and then, somebody wants my attention there. And I'm like, everybody needs to shut the fuck up. I'm over here. It got to the point where he had, like, the only way, and you've had this happen, is where you have it where they touch your face.
Mm-hmm.
He had to, like, hold my shoulders and hold me down.
Yeah.
He had, like, hold me down. And I was like, this is the only way. And he's so standoffish at the moment.
So what she's talking about, if you're like, what the hell is she talking about? Sometimes when you're in meditation with other beings, if they have a certain energy frequency that you're not resonating at, it can be really hard to hear them. It's kind of like a radio station, right? Like you might hear something, but you're not going to be able to understand what's on the radio station. Or you might hear nothing at all because they're broadcasting on a completely different radio station than you are. And then not only that, but like imagine that plus people calling your name in all these other rooms. And then there's somebody that's in front of you trying to speak to you, but you're on different radio stations, but you can hear other people in the rest of the house that are like yelling for you, trying to get your attention. And you're like, no, I'm trying not to focus on you. I need to focus on who's in front of me at this moment. And like that's
like that, but instead of it being in different rooms, like she's put it in a way that you're able to like decipher it, but in a very real way, and it could feel like that to you, is where you think you're in this one part and it looks like a mall, but then somebody else is in your face and they have an angry face, or they have a different color, or they look like an alien, and then you turn in a perspective as if like you're in a swivel chair, but it's in your mind, or you're seeing it with your third eye, so through your mind's eye, and then you're in a different place altogether. Maybe you're in a jungle forest, or the next one you're flying, or the next one you're just in space and you're walking in the stars. Like it can happen that fast. And when you're trying to get to a meditative state or a visualization, like some mentors or practitioners will tell you to go to a place in your mind. Like a lot of people can remember what their childhood bedroom feels like. So people will say to go back there as a way to practice. What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What color were your walls? What did your curtains look like? Your bedspread? What kind of stuffies? All these type of things, right? Similarly, you can do that with the astral.
Yeah.
And that's what we're talking about. You were putting us through the ringer tonight, aren't you?
Have you tried doing so one of the things whenever I have like a lot of people or spirits that want to talk to me, because some people have a lot of spirits around them at any given time just because of all kinds of reasons. And some people don't.
Like an
Yeah.
office with a closed, I
So,
have that for the people like us, but I think I need to make another one.
Yeah.
And because I think I'm getting anything but people. I'm getting fae, and sometimes angelic lately. So I'm like,
but
that's
why
great.
are they coming through? Why are they coming through your office? Like you shouldn't have to make a whole new one.
Well, that's what's happening, because if I look at my office right now and I look through the blinds, I'm not actually here, people. I'm like trying.
I'm just snooping.
Yeah. Don't mind me.
Yeah.
There's miles and miles of dead people. And the sky is black and there's a black sun. That's fun.
So go up. You're too far down. If you're getting all of those past people, you need to go up. And keep going until there's not that many past people.
Oh my God. I'm still going.
Yeah, you're probably going to have to go for a minute because you've been down. So whenever you are focusing so much on your human life, as people do, and that's not a bad thing, but you get like really far down on the dimensional scale.
Now I'm with a fucking dragon, and I'm in my elevator.
Stay in your elevator, Jenny. Me coming and like walling you in.
Trying to hold into the middle of and I'm holding onto the rail for dear life. I'm bending the rail.
If your life situation is pulling you back to comfort, that is not a bad thing. There's a reason, because our minds do break. And if people are, if you're feeling pulled to be in a place that's more comfortable, or if you're being pulled to be just around certain spirits, or, you know, not even focus on spirit at all, just be in your human self, there's a reason for that.
It's okay to be a muggle. It's okay, and you have permission to be a muggle. You're allowed to be a human. That is what your job, if we want to reduce it to such a thing, is to be. We are spirit or consciousness within a body. We have the capability, but it is not a requirement. We're just meant to live.
And the thing is, too, is that, like, your mind and your instincts are going to protect you. So if you're like, I don't want to be, you know, I only want to be around Lucifer. Only be around Lucifer then, because it's like, that's your brain trying to protect you and keep you in a certain safe zone so that your brain doesn't literally break and you're not overloading your brain. If the office is full, which Lord knows, like, I don't even bother going to my office anymore. That's so bad. I'm sorry. Literally. I'm so sorry. I don't even bother, you know, like, I just don't, like, if you go into your spot in your meditation or your mind palace, if you will, and then there's a bunch of beings there, either switch places, because there'll be a place that you can go that there'll be less people. Build, and Jenny, I'm not so much talking about you, because the more layers and the more areas and more lifetimes and the more connections that you make, the more people are going to be coming to you. So Jenny, this doesn't really apply as much to you because you've done so much work building connections. Like, we would have to go really very far out, and that's not exactly helpful for you. We'll figure out something different for you. But for like the vast majority of people, but
that did work, because we went to somewhere that, remember, I have my house with a clicker.
Mm-hmm.
We did that.
Yeah. And it's like
we layered the house that starts with a V.
Yeah.
We layered it on top, and that worked.
And that's what I have to do sometimes, is layer places like that. And like another thing too, like if you find that your like mind place is too busy, there are a few different like muggle things that I will do. Like if my mind is really just all over the place, I imagine my mind is a whiteboard, and there will be stuff all over the whiteboard, and I'll just go through and sit there and clean off the whiteboard. And usually by the time that I'm done, it will be okay. Or I will imagine it being a really disgusting room, like with stuff all over the walls and just gook and disgusting stuff. And I'll go through and I'll burn it off little by little, or I will use water, whatever I'm feeling like. And I'll do that in my mind space, and it helps clear my mind space out. And I have to do that every so often. And like your A-frame cabin, if you like start noticing a bunch of people coming up to your A-frame cabin, just move it. You can move it. And then you can also create, and this is what I do a lot, create certain places that only certain beings know about, and do not tell anybody else where they are. So like there's all kinds of places that I have that Jenny knows about, but there are certain places that I don't even tell her about, because I don't want her people or her or somebody showing up. I only want Lucifer showing up, or I only want Azazel showing up, or Michael, or whoever the case may be. And so I will create these places, and I will only key them to myself and like one or two other people. And when I am feeling, I call them my hidey holes, and they are all over the place. And that helps me. And I used to have the office situation, but it just got to the point where the lines were just heinously ridiculous.
And it's not even my place.
That's a legit thing. Some of my favorite places have been places that other spirits have shown me and taken me and let me stay. Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
He has good taste.
I will give him that. But I'm trying not to get myself in the doghouse, so I will refrain.
Yeah. I make
Unintended. That's why I said it, Kara.
for people who are like new, if there is anybody like this that are wanting to get into like meditations or speaking to spirits, like it's kind of fun to make your own place. And how I start out is doing Pinterest boards. So I have a Pinterest board and I will do like Pinterest and I'll Pinterest like pin different colors and I'll pin different architecture and different vibes for it and like all the things, and I have them labeled, and because I'm really organized like that. Shut your mouth. I know that's a big old tootsie. But I will, she's so weird. Oh my god. But I will like I'll have like all kinds of different ones. I don't even know how many I have anymore. It's a lot.
There's too many. You have real estate. You need to sell some.
I have.
Okay.
And I have them in different layers now. I have a lot in different layers.
Yes, you do. The way I started wasn't with Pinterest. I learned that from you because I'm more of a visual person. I am able to think it and go there. So, and I've always been like that when I was a kid. I didn't know that I was making meditative spaces because I was really into imaginary play as a kid. And I kind of continued that, but more on the down low, even as a teenager, where like if I was reading, I was really good in art and literature and English. So if I was reading a book for an essay, I could immerse myself in the world of that book. And if I liked the character enough, or if I liked the world building, or if it was just like fantasy and it wasn't for a book report or anything, we do a dead tone. And he's sucking it. It's so cute. I can't, you're so cute. I'd be able to go to those places and I'd be able to create or expand on that place. Now, whether that's my imagination or that was real and I was just building out what an author tapped into, because our creativity is inspired sometimes by other places that exist.
Yeah.
Like Avatar, for example.
Yeah.
Harry Potter, for example.
Lord of the Rings.
For example.
The big one.
Yes. So for me, some of my places, do I want to say them? I won't describe what they are, but I'm not. She's like, don't you fucking dare.
Please don't.
But no.
We don't want any issues like we've had.
No, they're not. And they're not active anymore. But it's like mermaid type of stuff. Or it would be castle type of stuff. You know, normal type of fantasy.
I love a good castle.
Oh, yes, you do.
I also love the modern homes. I love those too.
I like a crossover. I like having antique type of things in an aesthetic type of way with like architecture that speaks to a family, but also has maybe a portal and a mirror.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I think if you're good at visualization, you're good at clairvoyance because you're able to visualize what information you're getting, and things like Pinterest or, you know, things like that. You don't need those as much. Sometimes you might like them, like, because I like to do vibe sort of situations, like aesthetic sort of Pinterest more than like specific details, because I can visualize the specific details, but I just like the vibes. Kara asked, are you working on any book projects these days? And no. I haven't been. I am on like my 9th book in the one series, and I had a lot of stuff happen with that being, and I had to take some time away from that because it was just like sad. So I needed to step away from that. And then I have like another series that I'm on like book 4, I think. And there'll probably be like one more book after it. And then my other series, I have 2 other ones started, and they're both like brand new. But I stopped after I'm not even a third of the way through or a quarter of the way through. Like I'm only a few chapters in, but they're pretty interesting. I like those. You might like the one because it's like very dark fae. Belial's in it. His name's not Belial, but he's in it. That's how I started my first book, is because I was like, I feel like I have this story that I want to read. And then I was like, nobody's going to do it, so I'll just write it.
Yeah. My first go at a book was the Dragon Shifter ones, and that's on pause. And then I've got my book with the family god situation
Yeah.
going
We can talk
on.
about books if you want.
Do we want to dump it all into one TikTok live though? We've hit a lot of bases. We're gonna loot. Well, we have a lot of things we can talk about. I mean, we might repeat ourselves, but well, thank you everyone for hanging out with us tonight. I'm going to upload this live onto my YouTube. You can find it at Mystic8Heart on YouTube. What was weird? You'll have to DM me, Kara. And yeah, it's been fun talking with Haven of Arcane. We plan to do this a little bit more often. If you are interested, make sure you hit the follow button and subscribe so that you get notified when I go live and I have on other guests. And I hope to talk to you guys soon. And have a good night.